From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports and it's brought to you by the Good Feet store. Start your journey today at goodfeet.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. As we get ready for Alabama football against LSU on Saturday, here are some final thoughts from the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer.
It's the most important game of the year for a lot of reasons, but mainly because it's the next one. And our guys done a great job putting themselves in a spot where every game matters. And, they continue to work hard, keep getting better every single day. And we're going to have a big one on Saturday. So we know it's going to be a tough test, and we're going to have to bring our best for 4 quarters to win another SEC game. So excited about the challenge. I know our guys are as well.
I'll have more in a moment.
This is Christian Miller for the Good Feet store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them during your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, and you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
We've got you covered for Alabama football on Saturday against LSU. Our radio airtime across the network is 3:30 p.m. Central, leading up to kickoff at 6:30 p.m. A reminder that at 3:30, our pregame coverage begins outside Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, on stage at the Bud Light Backyard, inside Vector Security, Champions Lane. You can listen on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch the booth cam presented by Regions Bank on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by the Good Feet store. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
John Abraham here with Bobcat of Huntsville. Men, the season is upon us. This is what all the playbooks have prepared us for. But here, there's no need for a 3-4 defense because we're not talking about the football season. We're talking about the get-done season. Starting August 13th, Bobcat of Huntsville will have a full line of steel products for you to throw at those jobs you've been putting off until now. So put away those fantasy draft notes and pick up the tool you've been waiting for because it's time to get it done. Bobcat of Huntsville, run off a Highway 20 in Madison.
The AVCA Beach Volleyball Pairs National Championships are back in Huntsville this November. 64 of the nation's top pairs in collegiate beach volleyball are hitting the sand in a weekend packed with big serves, wild rallies, and high-flying action. It's fast, it's fun, and best of all, it's free. You don't want to miss the excitement live, so grab your sunglasses, rally your crew, and join us at John Hunt Park Sand Volleyball Courts from November 7th to the 9th.
Gunnersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Gunnersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Gunnersville.
Your home from Madison Academy football is on the Mustang Zone.
Looks right, tosses it, wide open, touchdown Mustangs. There on the reception, Zion Williams on the wheel route, and that's 6 on the board there for Madison Academy.
Only on 97.7 ESPN.com and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app. WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll, and I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Off and running, but I promise it does not look like 5 o'clock right now. The lights are on here at Bill Washington Stadium. This feels like it's 7 o'clock to me. It's you can definitely tell that a storm is coming. But incidentally, taking a look at the old handy-dandy radar, I mean, you would swear that it's raining right now, but it's not. It's just heavy clouds above us was told, I think, Brian, did you tell me a tornado watch?
Yeah, we're currently under a tornado watch. And I would encourage y'all, while you're getting the Talk Radio WCCN app and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app, go ahead and download the weather app from your favorite TV station. There's good meteorologists at each one of them. You're going to be safe. Brad Travis at 48, Jeff Castle at 31. You've got the team over at Channel 19. You've got our own guys at
Jordan
Dressman and Emily Owen. They're over at Box 54. You're going to be safe no matter which one you pick.
Yeah. So first round actually started last night and spoke about it a little bit this morning with Jordy Arman. An overtime win for Priceville on the road at Gunnersville as they were down 21-7. Then a fumble occurred at the 150. 150 left to go in the game. They went 90 yards, recovered an onside kick, another touchdown. I believe they had to do a 2-point conversion after the second touchdown. Then they get into overtime, and Gunnersville misses a field goal. Priceville hits a field goal, and that's how the Bulldogs move on. How are you, Wes?
Doing great. Sounds like a good game.
Pretty magical ending, but I say that I'm sure there's a lot of folks in Gunnersville that probably don't want to relive last night more than anything. But listen, Gunnersville will be back in a big way, but good to have you back in North Alabama there, partner.
Well, yeah. I'm not back in North Alabama, but I hope to be there soon.
Hey, as long as he's here, it doesn't matter where here is.
Well, he could have played along with the illusion, I guess.
I have trouble with saying something where I'm not. So
fair enough. You going squirrel hunting? I mean,
but I'm really
day-to-day.
I'm really excited about this weekend's games again.
Yeah,
another week in the SEC and another week of very close football games. And when you look at these lines. If you just go with SEC versus SEC, if they're over 9 points, you just need to take the under. I mean, you need to take you need to take the points. And I believe that again this week. Like, I think Alabama's going to win, and I think Vandy's going to win. But I don't think I think the games will be close enough where the other team covers.
Wow. And
so that's just you look at these lines and is Auburn capable of beating a Vandy? Yes.
Yeah.
Is LSU capable of beating Alabama? Yes. Now they might need a little help from each school to do it, but it doesn't take much help to overcome 3 or 4 point. Listen, we're watching NFL class games without the NFL officials, which is good.
Funny you go there because that's pretty much what Mike Elko said earlier in the week. Since you went there, here is I think I played the very beginning of this, but I'll play the whole answer here from Mike Elko on now a total of 4 SEC coaches getting fired.
Mike, you've seen 4 of your colleagues get fired already this year. Any thoughts on what appeared? You're not going anywhere. Stop. Anyway, any thoughts about, what seems to be an increasingly quick trigger to get rid of guys that have otherwise had some fairly decent success?
Yeah, I think you're giving a good platform for me to make a case for myself, so I'm going to do that right now. I think this is what I've said a lot about this, and I really truly believe this, Mark. I think people are having a really hard time adjusting to what is becoming a new era of college football. Like, if you look at the SEC, I was just reading some of these stats. I think I read somewhere that there's been like 27 one-score games in the SEC this year, more than we've had in a really long time. I think there were 6 games last week. 5 of them came down to one-score games. The parity in this conference is at an all-time high. And so when you look at it week in and week out, I think people are still looking for the days when the best team went out and won by 40 every week, and 12-0, 11-1 were kind of the standard of what was good. I think a lot of us as coaches have continued to try to preach like it's not the same feeling anymore. It doesn't feel like that's what's really good. What's really good is finding a way to win enough games to get yourself into the playoff where you have a chance to go make a run at this thing. And I think, I just think that's how modern college football is. And much like you see in the NFL happen, you see more spikes and swings. Team makes the Super Bowl, maybe doesn't make the playoff the next year, bounces back and goes to the Super Bowl. Like you see that consistently at times in the NFL because of the parity, because of how hard it is to win. That's what's creeping into college football. And I'm not sure that everyone from a fan base, from a supporter has identified that. And so my opportunity to maybe preach.
That is Mike Elko from Tuesday, Wes. Did we lose Wes?
Hey, Wes, you still here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So these are high level games, and they were these are the like I said before, these are NFL type games. All these players that are playing in the Southeastern Conference, if they're juniors and seniors, they'll have the opportunity to play in the NFL next year. And there's not much difference, and there's not much. The difference is like for Auburn. The difference is their offensive line has trouble pass blocking. If not for that, they'd have a lot better record. I mean, no doubt in my mind. You look at, even Arkansas. Arkansas probably has the worst record in the Southeastern Conference, but they've been in every game. I mean, they haven't been blown out but one time against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They've been in every game. They were ahead at Auburn. They were driving to go for the winning score against Ole Miss. I mean, you go through all their games against. They got beat by Memphis, and they're in field goal range and fumble the ball, and they're all they needed was a field goal to win a game. Game's over. I mean, they were on the 20 when the guy fumbled.
Yeah.
So I mean, you look at these games. Of course, that's not an SEC game, but you look at Arkansas played with Tennessee. Vanderbilt, who's been the doorstop of the SEC forever, and look what I mean. They're a top 20 football team. So anyway,
well, I think
every week.
But program wise, I mean, there's a lot of people that have elevated Vanderbilt. Tomorrow feels like one of those program defining days of everybody expecting something. And Auburn's, you mentioned it, how good Auburn is. And
Auburn's really good defensively. Offensively, they're not very good. I mean, they've had trouble scoring points. They haven't scored more than 20 points against a Southeastern Conference school yet, except for Arkansas. And the defense helped out a lot on that, as they do every week.
Oh, yeah.
The defense basically scored the only touchdown against – well, not the only, but the big touchdown made it a close game against Texas A&M. They returned the interception. Texas A&M is going to kick a field goal to make it basically a two-score game with little time left, not enough time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters to me is how close these games are, how every team's in it, and I would, I might be wrong this week, but I'm going all the underdogs and take the points. I just think that it's just,
How about outright win? Is there any Mississippi State over Georgia? That's a home underdog. Auburn at Vandy, that's a road dog.
Well, I would think that Auburn would have the best chance to win, and I think Mississippi State would be last. What? Excuse me?
Say that again. I was stepping on you.
Okay, so if I had to pick one underdog winning outright, and it would be Auburn, just because all they need is one or two breaks in the game. Auburn's a very good football team. that has a very bad record.
Yeah, yeah, and you've got new energy there, and it's
Well, see, I don't know about the energy. I
well,
mean, energy doesn't
you're
block
not
anybody. That's
hearing,
what I always used to say.
you're not hearing Hugh Freeze on a daily basis. I don't
Well,
know if
no, but that doesn't matter. That's
messaging.
us. Yeah. So I just think
That's
they need to
fair.
make some
Yeah,
plays on offense.
yeah.
How are they going to do that? Are they going to be able to block Vanderbilt? I don't think so. I mean, Vanderbilt Auburn has a freshman center that struggled mightily next week going against a 6th-year guy.
Yeah.
So the guy he's going against is 7 years older than him.
Yeah.
He's forgotten more than this kid knows.
Yeah, the same.
Right?
You mentioned
So
he's 17 years old. Yeah, you're right.
It's hard to do something when your center is so inexperienced. Now,
Yeah.
he's going to get nothing but better. He'll be a good player for it's over with. But, it's just so that's just hard to overcome. Now, does that have anything to do with the defense? No. And can the defense maybe make some plays, intercept some balls, or do some things to win the game? Yes. Or make it close? Yes. And that's what I think it'll be. But I think Vanderbilt will do enough to win in a close game.
Kevin has called in, but hang with me 1 minute, Kevin. I wanted to play this audio bite from Nick Saban. It was on Pat McAfee's program today, speaking about the Alabama LSU game.
Well, I think that it's a very scary situation because it's very unknown to them. How is LSU's team going to react to this? And what changes are they going to make? The players have nothing to lose, as you said. So are they going to play free and easy and just go out and, try to play the best football they can? And they probably feel a little disrespected. I'm talking about LSU relative to where they are, their season, how it's gone, their coach getting fired. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. So this is not a game that Alabama cannot go out and play their best game of the year because, for Alabama, to me, LSU has a great secondary. Alabama's dependent on the forward pass quite a bit this year with the receivers they have and the quarterback, and their inability to create a consistency in the running game, makes this a pretty good matchup for LSU versus their defense versus Alabama's offense. So it's going to be a really interesting game to see how LSU's team responds.
Okay, let's talk.
That is Nick Saban.
I agree with Coach Saban, and when I haven't, I think I've been right once. But so I totally agree with what he's saying, and I get it. This is a game you can't take lightly. Can't turn the ball over. Can't play like poo on special teams. You can't give up 200 yards rushing, or you're going to get your ass beat. This is a good football team who at one time was a top 5 team, who has not played well and has been and the reason the head coach is gone is they couldn't run the ball, and Coach Frank's going to run the ball 100%. So but that all being said, who has the best defense? Well, without Whit Weeks, I would say it's Alabama. And who has the best quarterback? It's not even close in my mind. And I didn't think it was close before the season started when everybody was saying Heisman Trophy for this kid. But if we go out and play bad, LSU will win. I think the LSU covers in this game, but Alabama wins.
Kevin's been holding and wanted to chime in on the fired coaches conversation. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing well, bud.
What's on your mind, sir?
Well, I'd heard earlier you had Elko on talking about, the firings of the coaches, and you guys were talking about, what's causing all this and the fan base and the support systems and all that stuff. And I think a big part of it, and, I think that, it's been mentioned, several people have mentioned it, and I think it's probably, in my opinion, the best, theory behind it is, with the new age NIL and the transfer portal, we've seen so many teams be bad, and then suddenly with this NIL and the transfer portal coming into huge factors in certain colleges, where you see a guy like Lane Kiffin quickly turn around a program like Ole Miss using that transfer portal, using that NIL. And then you got, Jimbo Fisher was down in Texas A&M, and they spend a whole bunch of money on a team that he couldn't coach and get it done right. You bring in a guy like Elko. He's got it together. He's got Texas A&M turned around rather quickly compared to what Jimbo is doing. So when you see teams like a Ole Miss and a Texas A&M getting up there and becoming playoff contenders, and you got a team like Florida, who used to be an SEC dominant team, and LSU struggling to get this stuff going, when they have arguably way more NIL opportunities in recruiting being in Louisiana and being in Florida, and they're just not getting, the same kind of football being played on the field that you'd see in Ole Miss or Texas A&M doing that. And I think it's been huge. I mean, if these coaches can't find success in the portal and recruiting and able to produce on the field, the days of getting 6 and 7 years to build a program, I think are behind us now, because you can go next year and buy a brand new team and roll out and look completely different. Miami's done it. I mean, look how quickly, Florida State was early in the year one of those teams that went from being nobodies to upsetting Bama week 1. Now, they fell off a little bit, and I think that's bad coaching on their part. But, ultimately it's just there's a quick turnaround. Clemson's kind of falling off the hill. Dabo's a good example of a guy in that old school mentality who doesn't want to take advantage of the portal and recruiting like he needs to. And he's, he lost to Duke last week, and that's just one of those things that I think that, if you don't take advantage of the resources and the portal and, hidden where you need to spend that money, you're in trouble quick.
I think player value.
100%. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
Coach Bryant was the head coach at Alabama for 25 years because he adapted the whole time, right? And he would have adapted to this. Coach Bryant was the best coach for 25 years because he adapted every time they changed the rules.
100%. I agree with that. 100%. Nick Saban was one of those guys. Same thing.
Yeah, and so what happens is like with Jimbo Fisher, he knew one way to win, and when something changed a little bit, he tried to. That's Coach Saban. What did Coach Saban say? You spend $20 million on the wrong guys, you're SOL. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do about it. So having a GM pick the players, having somebody that can manage your roster, if you don't have that, you're done in today's.
With a quickness, because fan bases nowadays, they understand that portal and the recruiting and the money that's being spent, they expect results. You got all these boosters and stuff dropping millions of dollars on NILs and stuff. They want to see results, and they don't want to wait 4 years for that product to actually, manifest. Like, you come to us asking us for $3-4 million to get a player, and then 3 years later we're still, not making the playoffs. Like, how do you continue to keep going to those same boosters saying, hey, we think we're going to, get this player and this player, but we need a little bit more money? They're going to be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. Hugh Freeze can take when he leaves, he'll take 2 quarterbacks that he overpaid for.
Yeah,
bottom line,
a lot.
And then you look at Dabo. If he keeps his job, which I think he will, if he doesn't adapt, he won't have it next year though, because he's been slow to adapt.
I think Dabo, if he does get another year, if he is not like in that transfer portal like nobody's business, I think that we'll see the writing on the wall of Dabo next season. If he continues to lose, they might get rid of him at the end of the year this year. I mean, losing to Duke did him no favors. But I'm a huge Gator fan, and I was a firm believer at first of Billy Napier. I love the way that man can recruit. I know his players loved him, but I feel like as a Gator fan, I've seen this before. It really reminds me of Ron Zook. He was able to recruit, and he put together a championship team. He just couldn't coach it. And, Napier was one of those, I'm going to buy into myself. I'm not going to go in there and get an offensive coordinator. I think ultimately that's what got him out of there, is he wouldn't go get an offensive coordinator to take over the play calling for the offense.
Well, let me say this. I'm very, very – I watched Billy Napier. I have two of my sons coach for him at Louisiana Lafayette. And I watched them when they went 13-1 all year long. And they went 13-1 at Louisiana Lafayette, which is really, really good. But let me tell you, their players were twice as good as anybody else's. Twice as good. He was, like you said, he great recruiter. But some of the we were so lucky to be 13-1. I'd go over and I'd talk to Steve after the game. And he said, let me tell you what happened. And it was like it was like dueling banjos with the other coach who could do something more stupid during a game. Yeah. I mean, I'm serious. And luckily for Billy, the other coaches would do dumber things. and I knew that it was there's no way he'd be successful at Florida because he's playing the Southeastern Conference. And you can't do that and win consistently.
And, and as a Gator fan, I'll say this. That's one thing that's the most important thing for me as a fan watching is we've got to get somebody with that competitive drive. That's, I miss the days of Florida when we had a coach like Steve Spurrier. I mean, you could throw Urban Meyer in the mix, but even Urban Meyer, I don't think he had the aggressive style that Spurrier had because Spurrier, fourth quarter, up 36 points, he's still throwing 40-yard bombs, and he was, I'm going to make you stop me for four quarters. And so much as watching Billy, he played to not lose the game, but he never coached to win the games. He'd always go in that conservative mode. And, as a fan, it just drives me crazy. Like, I want you to go down there and make these boys just keep their foot on the gas for four quarters and make them respect you. Like, the old school ball, like that's one thing that I loved as much as I hate Alabama. I love Nick Saban because for four quarters, he made them boys mean. He wanted when these guys, like the Notre Dame national championship game, they knew that game was over in the tunnel because they were so intimidated to play Alabama because they had that fear and respect of every team in the country. Like I want another coach that's going to do that to where, we're going to the swamp to play Florida. It's going to be a long day and we don't want to be here, but we ain't got no choice, and it takes a coach that's not afraid to, let's just get conservative here and try to run the clock out and hope like hell the refs don't miss a call or we don't fumble a ball. I mean, we're lucky we beat Mississippi State, a crazy fluke interception late into the game, and he laid down and allowed Mississippi State to almost pull off an upset in the swamp, being conservative. And to me, for me personally, I want Lane Kiffin so bad in the swamp. I think his offense with our players, and he's not afraid. He's an aggressive coach, but he might not want to leave a good thing in Ole Miss to come to the swamp. But
I know last year,
man,
100% wanted to go. I think y'all waited 1 year too late. And I think he'll end up staying at Ole Miss. That's my prediction.
If all the reports I've heard, man, I know that we're going to throw the money at him like nobody's business. Well, I don't want it to be from a lack of not trying. I'll be proud of my team if they do everything they can to get him. And if he still says no, I understand. He's building something down there at Ole Miss. So do I think he's got more opportunities at Florida? Sure. But, I mean, again, like today's SEC, you win 10 games, you got a job. You get in that playoff, you got a job. You go to Florida and you only win 8. You do that 3 more times, you ain't got a job.
Yeah.
Kevin, great phone call.
Man, enjoyed it, Kevin. Call again, please.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's hop into pick 2 on the other side of our first time out. Is there any other games that you want to give a thought on before we let you go, Wes? Or
what games do you want
to I really think Mississippi State Georgia is going to be a heck of a game.
I think Georgia. It's going to be Georgia. Keep it close in the first half, just because it's Georgia. The second half, it won't be close, and you'll be eating biscuits in the fourth quarter.
And I mean, it might be as low a buzz as I can ever remember of Alabama LSU.
That makes it even more scary to me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it might be a low buzz around here. It isn't in Baton Rouge. That's all they're talking about. I've had 3 people call me today, tell them that we might win, but they're going to show up. He'll have them ready to play. Coach Frank's, this isn't his first rodeo.
Yep.
And they're going to try to run it down our throats. And to me, that's the way you win.
All right. Thank you, Wes.
All right. Everybody have a great weekend.
And stay safe. Hopefully this line of severe weather will not be as severe as I know we're under a tornado watch right now until 10 o'clock. All right, Wes. Appreciate the time as always. We'll reconvene on Monday. Let's take our first time out. Phone lines open to you on a Pick 2 Friday at 256-576-4977.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey folks, Bob Baumhauer here. We're extremely proud that Baumhauer's Victory Grill has been serving Alabama for 43 legendary years. Our motto is legendary fun, legendary food, and we strive to make every dining experience a special one for all of our guests. Our menu features delicious, always fresh and scratch-made in-house recipes. And of course, our award-winning wings and sauces. And don't forget, our happy hour and halftime daily specials cannot be beat. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, legendary fun, legendary food.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express. From special occasion to everyday table wines, they've got what you need. Meet your friends at the largest tap wall in Alabama with 105 rotating selections. Then take home a growler full of your favorite or choose from our 1,000 canned or bottled beers. Need help stocking your bar or planning your party? Liquor Express has a knowledgeable, professional in-house staff that can assist you with anything from your bar to the planning of your special event. Visit liquorexpress.net for tasting specials, giveaways, and classes.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Week 11 of the college football campaign kicks off tomorrow morning in Starkville, Mississippi, where the Georgia Bulldogs are a 9.5-point road favorite at Mississippi State. The Citadel invades Vaught Hemingway. That is a subject that Nick Saban was asked about on Pat McAfee of playing the Citadel this late in the season.
Well, ironically, we played the Citadel in a similar situation, I don't know, maybe the 10th or 11th game of the year just a few years ago. And if you look at the book, we were behind at halftime. And I think we might have been number 1 in the country at the time. All right, so firsthand, I'm telling you, it is really, really difficult to get your players to play when they've been playing SEC games that are so important. You're trying to get in the playoffs. You're playing a big game every week. Can't afford to lose one. Trying to get in the SEC championship game. Now you're going to play the Citadel. No disrespect to their kids, their players, their families, or anything else, but it's just not the same to the players, and it's really, really hard to get your team mentally ready to play, prepare the right way during the course of the week, and then go out there and execute with the right disposition when the game comes. And then these guys, they grew up wanting to play at Ole Miss or Alabama or Georgia or whatever. Now they're getting an opportunity to play in that stadium. I'm telling you, man, it's their biggest game of their life, and probably not that big a game for your players. And that's a tough psychological thing to overcome.
Yeah, win a dad. We hope we'll just continue to be.
That is Nick Saban from earlier today on the Pat McAfee program, courtesy of ESPN. So we'll see how Ole Miss. Remember that last non-conference game that Ole Miss had against Washington State? That thing, right out of the gate, they just kept sloppy play right out of the gate there for Ole Miss against the Cougars. But we'll see what happens tomorrow at high noon. That's on SEC Plus. Then tomorrow afternoon, it's Mizzou at Texas A&M at Mizzou. The undefeated Aggies are a 7-point road favorite at Missouri. That's tomorrow afternoon on ABC. The SEC Network will fire up at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon up at First Bank Stadium. That's in Nashville, Tennessee, as Vanderbilt playing host to the Auburn Tigers. Later on that night, tomorrow night, that is, Florida is a 3.5-point road favorite at Kentucky. Both teams are 3-5, by the way, heading into that matchup. And Alabama, the Crimson Tide, both of these teams, I know we just got through talking with Wes about rushing offense. Well, how about both of these teams have struggled pretty well in running the football? Alabama in the SEC is 14th in 14th inside the SEC in rushing the football. There's only 2 other teams that are worse. One of them happens to be LSU. They're 15th in the SEC. Nationally, Alabama's 114th rushing. LSU is 122nd rushing. So, but Coach Frank made that abundantly clear early in the week about LSU needing to run the football at Alabama. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. Carl kicks us off on a Pick 2 Friday. Crimson Carl, that is.
Early in the week about LSU needing to run the football.
Delay's working really well.
Alabama.
Yeah, you're time traveling there. Hey, Carl, turn down your radio and let's play Pick 2.
Yes, sir.
How are you, Carl?
I'm good. Sorry about that.
All good. All good. You want to hop on Pick 2?
Don't want to miss a minute, do you?
Oh, of course not. Yes, sir.
Texas A&M at Mizzou. Who you got?
Got to go with Texas A&M.
Vandy playing host to the Auburn Tigers.
I almost want to go Auburn, but
Almost.
too little, too late. Let's go Vandy.
Your tiebreaker is total rushing yards for the LSU Tigers. I just went through that statistically for you. They are doing how many yards a game? 106.3 yards per game for LSU. What do you think they're going to get tomorrow night against Alabama?
Let's go 148.
It is yours.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Carl. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. Rush defense-wise, Alabama ranks 12th in the SEC. LSU ranks 10th in the SEC. Alabama nationally ranks 72nd, while I just lost my place. Oh, wait a second. I'm looking at the wrong line here. You know what? I need to expand that. The rush defense, yes, I was right. I was right the first time. Rush defense-wise, Alabama on average is giving up 149 yards per game on the ground. That's 12th in the SEC, 72nd in the nation. LSU is 10th in the SEC and 51st in the nation, as LSU is giving up on average 134.8 yards a game. So running the football has been a problem for both of these schools. So, but I will say, when you've got a quarterback like Ty Simpson and you have an offensive coordinator like Ryan Grubb, and you've got wide receivers, when they don't drop the ball, that are very athletic, it's I can see why you'd lean that way. Brad has called in on a Pick 2 Friday. How are you, Brad?
Good, boys. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing well. Trying to stay dry here tonight.
Yeah, I know we got a little severe weather going in. I'm hoping it stays north of us, but we'll see what happens, man. I just called. I'm gonna get in on the Pick 2, man.
You got it. Texas A&M is in at MIZ.
Give me A&M. I think, man, A&M's gonna be a problem this year. I think they're good, man. They're real deal.
Auburn at Vandy.
Give me the Commodores.
Total rushing yards for the LSU Tigers.
67. You're not going to figure out how to run the ball in 1 week. Yeah, 67.
It is yours, Brad.
All right, gentlemen. Y'all have a good weekend.
Planning on it. Appreciate it likewise. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. And Coach Saban did have one other thought on the Alabama LSU game. If I can cue it up here. This is, again, from the Pat McAfee show from earlier today, as they were at Texas Tech getting ready for that big Big 12 showdown that we all remember of Texas Tech and BYU.
I would assume that when you play in a game like this, if I were the coach, I would tell our guys that, we're going to have to play through the initial great enthusiasm that they're going to come out with to try to prove something. And you're going to have to change the way they think. And you need to do that by getting off to a great start and not let them stay in the game. Because if they can stay in the game and think they have a chance to win, you're creating a monster.
So there's that as well. That early momentum, if it does happen, could make it a long night for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Remember the last time we saw Alabama, not necessarily the cleanest game at South Carolina, but remember that run that happened right before that road game. But remember, South Carolina was getting healthier before that game too. I don't think that was fluke there. Let's see whether or not this team can improve during the bye week and raise their level here down the stretch, because keep in mind, for two schools, they'll be playing for another 2 months, over 2 months. January 19th is the national championship game down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami at Miami Gardens, as it's still more than 2 months away. Mike is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing fine, Steve. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm watching all this lightning up here in Tennessee.
Oh, don't tell me that. Don't. Come on now. I don't need that kind of energy right now, Mike.
I'm headed down. I'm not going to Tennessee, but I live in Hazel Green, so
Okay.
I hope it's that way too.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm at Madison Academy, and so far so good here, but I don't mind rain, but the lightning stuff would cause a delay, and I don't think anybody wants that here tonight.
Tornado watch. I don't want any of that. Period.
Yeah, well, amen to that. Absolutely.
Well, I'm making a prediction.
What's that?
Georgia's going down.
You know, I've been kind of hinting around at it. If Mississippi State plays then I'm on board with that, Mike. Matchup for matchup, this feels like a bad matchup, but Mississippi State has just stubbed their toes so many times that
they should be 7-1. I mean, it's ridiculous. They just give them away.
Well, at Florida in particular, and then even down the stretch, against Texas when they were up by 17, No,
I turned the TV off. No, ridiculous. They're not that bad. I don't know what happened to them.
I don't think they're that bad either.
They give out. I don't know. They may give out. They don't have any subs. I really don't know. They're just a lot better team.
Yeah. Well, defensively, they're playing quite a few players. I want to say I read out of the Clarion Ledger that they've kind of rotated almost a 3 deep, where they're playing that many guys defensively.
Well, that'll show help you if they're pretty good. You got to rest.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'll get on pick 2 and give somebody else the line, Steve.
You got it. Texas A&M at Mizzou, Mike.
I'm taking Mizzou. They're going down. Texas A&M going down too.
And Auburn at Vandy.
Auburn's coming back. Vandy's going down too.
Wow. So Mike is going full chaos here. How about, do you have LSU beating Alabama? I mean, come on.
No, they're going to beat them, but they're going to get 180 yards rushing. They're going to run all over. Still going to lose.
Yeah. It is yours, Mike.
Hey, thank you, Steve. You guys be safe out there.
Thank you. Stay dry as best you can.
I got to go to the auto parts store, and I'll be home.
That sounds like a plan right there. I parked as close as I could right behind here for obvious reasons.
Absolutely. Well, wonderful. You guys have a great weekend. Rain or shine.
Thank you, Mike. Philip is next. How are you, Philip?
I'm doing pretty good, Steve. How's it going tonight?
Good. Appreciate you calling in.
I'm going to hop in on pick 2 right quick.
You got it. Texas A&M at Mizzou.
I'm going to pick Texas A&M.
And Auburn at Vandy.
I'm going to take Vanderbilt.
Total rushing yards for LSU is your tiebreaker against Alabama.
I'll take 60.
6-0 is yours, Philip.
Okay, Steve. Have a good weekend. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Likewise. Good to hear from you, Philip. Pizza Larry. How are you, Pizza Larry?
I'm doing well, Steve. Out here door dashing in this delivery weather.
Well, make sure those headlights are. It felt like it was 7:00 at 4:30. So.
Yeah. Well, the worse the weather, the more the orders, and the better the tips. I could mount a tornado sign on my car, and make a fortune in that.
Wow.
You know,
wow.
we're a regular DoorDash family here at our house.
Yeah.
And I tip extra heavy if they get out in bad weather. I know that I don't want to. I'll do DoorDash if I don't want to get out in the weather. So I'll tip heavy for the guy who does. So, Pizza Larry, thank you very much. You're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of good-hearted people out there. There really are. Let me get on that pick too, Steve.
You got it. Texas A&M at Mizzou. What do you think?
Give me the upset. Give me Missouri.
All right. And then Auburn at Vandy.
Give me Vandy.
Total rushing yards for LSU is your tiebreaker.
This is tough. If they fall behind 2 scores quick, if they stay committed to it, I'm going to take the coach at his word. Give me 147.
I was about to tell you, I don't know how much you paid attention to him at UTSA when he was over there, but he would lean heavy on the run there with the Roadrunners. And I believe I'm going to take him at his word, too, from what he said in the Monday press conference and even what he said in the teleconference on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't think they can throw the ball effectively.
Well, they just have that tendency to throw to the wrong colored jersey.
Yeah, I don't know. Nussmeier hasn't seen right all year. I don't know if he's banged up or he just wasn't as advertised, and I don't know anything at all about the backup.
It's Van Buren. He was the guy at Mississippi State last year. He is the backup at LSU, and I've heard his name being talked about a handful of times this week, and it would not surprise me in the least if we saw Van Buren tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa.
Well, that's always a wrinkle. You know, you've got quarterback you don't see. You don't have film on. Ask Kirby about that twice.
Yeah.
So who's this guy? Just under center now.
Yeah.
Nobody goes under center anymore, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Stay safe. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, so you too.
Incidentally, our game tonight for Madison Academy will be on Talk Radio WZZN. I don't mind telling people what I know. I got a message that the crew heading to Hartselle is stuck in traffic. You might get the beginning of the Madison Academy game on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. But just know that as soon as it's set up for Buckhorn and Hartselle, that we will have that right here for you on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So,
and that dovetails with a note that, I mean, there seems to be a wreck out on 36. If you're headed to that game, if you're going that route to Hartselle, then just be mindful of it. You know how it gets a lot of 2-lane through there. So there's not a lot of room to get around there. So you might want to go to Arab and come back up. That's
that's Chopper Dave right there giving us or Les Nessman giving us the on the fly report. That's very handy to put out there. That's right. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take our final time out. John and Jeff will get right to you on the other side. Final call for phone calls for a Pick 2 Friday. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Does it really matter which dealership you buy from? Short answer, yes it does. Hello, I'm Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford. Before you buy, take just a minute to check out the dealership itself, because where you buy can make all the difference. Sure, customer reviews tell you what others think, and that's good. But when Ford Motor Company itself recognizes a dealer, that's something special. Woody Anderson Ford has earned Ford's Triple Crown Award, an honor achieved by only the top 1% of Ford dealers in America. It's based on superior customer satisfaction, sales excellence, and exceptional service performance. In other words, the best of the best. So when you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, come see how we earned our Triple Crown status. Superior service, sales excellence, over-the-top delivery, that's Woody Anderson Ford. And we hope to see you soon.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title, because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal. And we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Great news! This offer is now extended through the end of December. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny to mostly cloudy sky this afternoon. We are talking about the chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Best chance for that is going to come this evening, and then as we head into the overnight, that could have an impact on some high school football games. Temperatures this afternoon, though, going to be quite pleasant, climbing into the 70s, dropping into the mid-50s as we head into the overnight. Chance of rain again on Saturday, temperatures in the 70s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This is your home for Alabama football.
Looking for Williams, comes back, makes a catch, trying to split defenders, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle, scores, 4 + 2 = 6.
This is 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ow! Ow!
This is not how we usually go into the weekend, but I like it.
You know, we talk every week about the show before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Steve and I have very similar tastes in music.
Yeah, I was playing a little
And James Brown is always a good choice.
Yeah. Playing a little James Brown there before the show started.
I got Todd Rundgren over there for next week.
Okay.
Well, he's over there too.
Coming up tonight on our streaming network, don't forget about the region champs from 7A Region 4. The 5-5 Sparkman Senators taking on Daphne. That'll be on the Senator Zone. Now, you can catch Madison Academy 2 different places here tonight, on the Mustang Zone or on Talk Radio WZZN. That's if you have an HD radio, or if you have the Talk Radio WZZN app, and you'll need that tomorrow also to listen to Army Black Knight football. There's many, and then, of course, it's your home for the Rocket City Trash Pandas as well. So go ahead and download that app as well. All right, I promised we have final call for phone calls. John is next up. How are you, John?
Hey, John, you there?
Yep.
Hey, John. Good to hear you.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing well. Figure I'd hop in on pick 2 here.
You got it. Texas A&M
I'll take A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take
Auburn or Vandy?
Vandy on that second one.
Yep.
And 112 rushing for LSU.
It is yours,
I think they
John.
change up the offense a little, but they ain't doing a lot.
Yeah. Appreciate the phone call.
Stay dry. Thanks, fellas.
Likewise. Jeff. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. How are you, Steve?
Doing well.
Let me jump on pick 2 real quick.
Texas A&M at Missouri.
Texas A&M.
Auburn at Vandy.
Vanderbilt.
Total rushing yards for LSU.
120.
It is yours, Jeff.
Thanks, Steve. Have a good weekend.
Absolutely. We got a couple more. Joe is up next. How are you, Joe?
Doing great, Steve. Hey, first thing I want to wish Coach Godsey and the Madison guys good luck tonight.
Well, you know both of these guys pretty well. Coach Stover and Coach Godsey.
Yeah, sure do. But anyway, get me on pick 2 and I'll get out of your way.
Texas A&M at Missouri.
I got to take A&M. They still pretty hard.
And Auburn at Vandy.
I think Vandy can do the job. Home team, that's the main thing.
That'd be 3 in a row for Diego getting Pavia 3 years in a row. And LSU rushing yards is your tiebreaker, Joe.
Give me 137.
It is yours. Try to stay dry if you happen to be out in the elements here tonight.
Well, so far so good here, Steve. I'm waiting on Joe to get here. I might try to help him set up right quick if he makes it. So.
Well, any help you could render, we'd appreciate.
Yes, we would greatly appreciate.
No, it won't be a problem. Sure not.
It'll be Michael Seal and Drew DeArmond on the call tonight.
You'll know that because the clown car will pull in the parking lot.
Thank you, Joe.
Hey, I get him on the challenge game if you'll get here.
Oh, boy. I bet you could. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot to fact check it because we had dueling down markers last weekend because the batteries went out in our other down marker. Anyway, we'll find out what happens. That's your cliffhanger.
I think they're here.
Good. I like to hear that.
That makes me feel better.
Well, I don't know. There's somebody up there where they're supposed to set up. One of them's got on a white shirt, the other one's got on a bright red shirt. Would that be?
I honestly, I did a show with Drew this morning, but I had no idea what he was wearing this morning.
No, that's all like it. I'm about 200 yards from him, so that's the best I can do.
Okay. Thank you, Joe.
All right,
man. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Carrie, close this out strong.
Come on, I'm calling for the upset, but no, I'm taking Texas A&M.
Okay. And Auburn?
I'm taking Vandy.
Okay.
And 119.
So what upset are you calling for?
I wasn't. I was just faking.
Okay. All right. It's like the guy that screams bingo.
Now, have a great weekend, Steve. Go Dogs, Roll Tide.
Yeah, I'll also give you a Go Dogs and Roll Tide right there as well. I just have images of Rob Schneider and Necessary Roughness of what an upset, a tie. All right, if you know that movie, you know that movie. Anyway, you'll hear me on the other side talking to coaches, but if you want to get the Madison Academy game tonight, it's on the Mustang Zone or Talk Radio WZZN.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Ed Benkins. Another busy Friday of injury news from the NFL. The Colts will be without one of their top defensive players for the next several weeks. Today, Indianapolis placed defensive tackle DeForest Buckner on injured reserve. He's dealing with a neck injury. Meanwhile, Sauce Gardner says he doesn't feel any added pressure after the Colts gave up 2 first-round picks to get him in a trade.
much more special. It was less about the Jets wanting to trade me and more about the coach wanting me to be here. So, that's truly a blessing. And, it's a great group of guys already here.
Gardner will make his debut for the Colts on Sunday in Germany against the Falcons. Brock Purdy is out again for the 49ers. He will not play against the Rams. Mac Jones will start again for San Francisco.